Hello, this is another example or examples of using log laws, and in this case you are instructed to expand or to separate the logs. So what I want you to do is to first identify all the log laws that apply. So firstly we have a power law. Okay, so the power law we do first. But we also have the product law, okay, and we also have the quotient law. So firstly, apply the power law. So this becomes 2 log BC over D, right? Now inside the brackets, remember this needs the square counts for all of these logs. So therefore I put the log into brackets. Now inside the bracket we can now have the log of B plus the log of C and minus the log of D. So that's applying the product law, which becomes the sum, and the quotient law, which becomes the difference. Importantly, the product law becomes the sum, and the quotient law becomes the difference. And when you now look at what you must do with the brackets, then we must just simply multiply each term by the 2. That's expanding brackets as you learned in algebra. So this becomes 2 log B plus 2 log C minus 2 log D. And that is being expanded completely. So I repeat, when you are told to expand logs, just look at all the laws that apply, okay? Here we've got the power, there we've got the product law, and there we've got the quotient law. We will start with the power law. Then the product law and the quotient law you can apply at the same time, right? And then in the next step we are just simply going to expand the bracket, okay? Expand the bracket, and that gives us then 3 different logs. One is the sum and the other one is the difference. In this example, we've got a single log with a quotient. So this is the quotient law, which we will apply, and the quotient law simply tells us that we must get the difference, okay? So therefore, we will have log of the 5th root of 1000 minus the log of the square root of 10. So if you look at what you have now, then you should see that we've got the roots. One is the 5th root, the other one is the square root, and that refers to fractional indices, isn't it? So we are going to change that to the fractions. So that becomes log of 1000 to the power of, remember this is 1, and you then just simply divide by the 5th root, the 5, minus the log of, remember this is 10 to the power of 1, and we are simply going to divide the index by 2, which is the root, okay? That is the fractional indices law. Now, if you look at what you have now, you now again have a power law. This is a power, and this is a power. So now we're going to apply the power law, which then becomes 1/5 log of 1000 minus 1/2 of the log of 10. And remember that log of 1000 can be written as a whole number that becomes 3. And the log of 10 can be written as a whole number that becomes 1. So we simply have 1/5 times 3 minus 1/2 times 1. And if you put that into your calculator will give you an answer of 1/10. So this is being a log expanded, and it gives us a fractional answer. I repeat, first identify your log laws which apply. In this case, it's only quotients, right? Then you must identify this as fractional index law. So you're going to change the roots to the fractional index, right? Then you must identify the power law. So we're going to apply the power law, and thereafter you must identify the logs of 10, 100, 1000, and so forth, which can be expressed as whole numbers. Remember, 10 to the power of 3, okay? Therefore, it becomes the 3, okay? And then you just simply have fractions, which you must multiply and subtract, and that gives you an answer of 1/10.